Hello, I'm Jessica Brigden of Jess Be Creative Cardiology, and welcome to my second session of From the Heart Friday. So I'm so glad that you are joining me. I have some great projects planned for us today, and I want to thank everyone who watched live last week, who shared and liked and commented, and those who watched the replay and all of that. That really means a lot to me, and I want to thank you so much, and I appreciate you coming and joining me again today. So business first, I promised last week that with the cards that we had made using the Modern Heart stamp set and the pigment sprinkles, I embossed with both the white and the gold. And so I promised that I would do a drawing to give away one of these cards to whoever participated in our first live. And so the winner of that is Diana Buckingham. So congratulations, Diana. I will tag you in a comment and then you can message me with your address. I also threw in a fun little twist that I would be giving away a Modern Heart stamp set to not to everyone, but everyone who placed an order using my hostess code would be entered to win the stamp set, and that I would give that away as soon as I had enough orders for the hostess benefits to get one of these. So we're really close. I want to thank everyone who has ordered so far. I will have a special treat for each of you. So we're still pretty close. My hostess code I'll show you here in a minute, but it's QZEY66PD. So keep those orders coming. Thank you so much. That's what helps me do all of this. And so we're really close. So next Friday at our live, I will be announcing the winner of our stamp set. And then of course, those of you who are watching, I'll also give away a card from today. So let's move on to our stamping. I'm gonna move the camera here and trying to make just a little bit different today, trying to adjust it a little bit easier. Oops, let me flip that back so you can see, and it's backwards, so I have to flip it. There we go. Okay, so there you can see my mat, my hostess code there, our Modern Heart stamp set, and the cards that we made last week. Okay, so I'll move my stand up here, and all right, getting that ready so that will fit right in there. Okay, and tighten that up so I think you guys can see that pretty well. All right, if you're not sure, just let me know here. I'll go this way with it. Okay, apologize for all the movement there. So today, I have an interesting concept. My inspiration for today's project is actually coming from my body wash. This is Gingham by Bath & Body Works, and I love the colors and this watercolor look here. So actually what I'm planning to do is use this as inspiration to create a card that has these elements. So I'm going to be using today, again, the Modern Heart stamp set because I just love that. And look, we got the cute little heart, kind of matches the one that's over here. And then I'm also going to use the Buffalo Check background stamp, because I think that'll help us get that look. So we are going to start. I wanted something just a little bit lighter, so I'm doing Balmy Blue as our card base. And again, it's just as easy to make two as it is one. So I've taken an 8.5 by 11 sheet of Balmy Blue cardstock and just cut that in half at the 5.5 inch mark. So I will go ahead and fold those and set them aside, because then we'll be making our background, and that's really the main technique here. So I have gone ahead and I've put the Buffalo Check on my Stamparatus. Love this little thing. And I've put it on at a bit of an angle. So no, it's not just you. So if it's lined up straight here, you can see I have it on a little bit of an angle because I wanted some of the angle that we see here. Didn't want it full on. And so I've gone ahead and cut some Whisper White cardstock. So I did this a 1/2 inch smaller. So my Whisper White here is at 3 3/4 by 5. And we'll use some Night of Navy ink here. Oh, we've got a couple people watching. Thank you. Go ahead and comment so I can see who you are. Okay, so I've put my grid paper. Did you know that we have mini grid paper that fits our Stamparatus perfectly? And you can see I've been using this. I was using the script background stamp. And so I do want this to go at an angle. So I'm gonna make sure that I am lined up under here just so. Okay. Gonna see where I want that because I don't really want it sticking out the edges. Looks like I'm just so. Okay, so it's a little bit crooked, but that's okay. I'm going to ink this up with my Night of Navy ink pad, and we'll see how this comes out. So no worries, paper has 2 sides. So we'll just kind of see how that looks, give it a squish. Okay, so that looks pretty cool actually. So here's where the fun part, I thought it would be neat to try this with the Aquapainter here. And, oops. Okay, so I've got my Aquapainter and I'm going to blur the lines a little bit. So as we have on here where the lines kind of blend, I thought it would be good. So I'm gonna test this, make sure it's good and wet, and just hold it down here on the bottom. And I'm actually just going to paint these and see how it kind of changes the color a little bit. So I am just using regular Whisper White for this. That is part of my experiment. Usually when you're using a lot of water, you do want to use a thicker cardstock so it doesn't pill too much. But since I'm using this as a background, and I'm going to layer things on top, I thought this would be okay. So I'm going to paint all of these. All right, so I do like how it's blurring. That was the effect I was going for. And it looks like I did pretty good getting it all over here. All right, and then we're gonna go the other way. So the cool thing with this is that basically we're taking inspiration from just something ordinary that we might look at every day. So, I mean, I see my shower gel in the shower every day. All right, I'll miss that one up there. All right, well, this is coming out pretty cool. And then I'm gonna cut my other layers so that, well, it's kind of filling in. It's kind of neat. I've got a little tie-dye going on, but we'll see how it comes out. That's what's fun about this, is just having a little bit of opportunity to play and try some new things. So, yeah, I mentioned play and just having fun with that last week. Something kind of neat that you might not know about me is I've actually been stamping for a long, long time. I'm going to take this off so it has a set chance to dry here. But been stamping since I was a little kid. My mom used to give me these little art projects, I think just to keep me busy as a child, and it worked. But she used to make little stamps. She would take cookie cutters in different shapes, little hearts and stars and things like that, and give me some paper towels and have me stamp with food coloring onto the paper towels. So it's kind of funny that, but it worked, and I made all kinds of cool projects as a kid there. All right, so we have, oh, well, this is drying. I'll set that aside. The gold element here, and as I was getting ready for this today, I went through my stash and realized I didn't have any gold foil paper. That was really what I wanted. So we're gonna get blingy, woohoo, and use the gold glimmer paper instead. So I'm going to use my stitched rectangle framelits dies here, and we'll do, although I probably should have done the squares, but well, those aren't handy at the moment. So I think I want something, we'll see how big this is. I don't want to cover the whole thing. So we'll go with the next size smaller. That'll give us a bit of a frame all the way around. Okay. So for some reason I can't see, oh, there we go. Now I can see some comments. So, hey, Anne and Lou Ann, and we've got Mary. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of Anns. And we have Lisa and Janelle. All right, thank you guys. All right, now that I can actually see your comments there. So I'm gonna trim down a little bit of this. Well, actually, I think it's sized small enough I can fit it through my Big Shot. So bear with me here. I'm going to run it through my Big Shot here. All right, take out my tabs here and line this up. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and layer this on here. So we'll have a really glitzy rectangle. All right, look at our Stampin' workout here as we crank this through. Sorry, you see my arm right there. Okay, but it looks like it cut all the way through. I always like to check that first because with the die on there, sometimes you can just leave it and run it back through. So, okay, so we've got that. And then I'm going to measure this. That's actually grid paper. Comes in handy. So we've got, there we go. So 1, 2, like 3.5. So I'm gonna make my layer here a 3¼ inch piece of Whisper White. So I'm going to move my Big Shot out of the way and bring my Whisper White back. Okay, so I said 3¼ I'll do a square there. Okay, whoa, that's okay. Way too big. Let's make 2 3/4. All right, that's better. So 2 1/4, I miscounted. All right, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to stamp in Night of Navy, and let's see, I want something fun with the script. So let's see what fits here. There's a thank you. You're my person. That's really cute. How about this? You're all heart. That would be really cute. So let me grab my little block here. Okay, because I think, yeah, that's, well, not quite fit on there. 2 1/4. Yeah, I don't think I have quite enough room. Let me see if I can do 2.5. And that would give me just a little bit more wiggle room. Okay, I can swing it. So I'm gonna do this first. We're going to stamp this. All right, we're playing a game here. That's the fun part, is just to get creative and see what happens. So stamped that on there. All right, I'm a little bit off. I should be using my Stamparatus for this too. We'll go like that. All right, perfect. And then I think what I'll do is actually emboss the words. All right, so I'm gonna use my Versamark here for that. I have that all good and juicy. You can see that on there. So I'm gonna stamp that right in the center. And then, oops, put it in my powder tray here with my gold powder. All right, we got quite a bit on there. Then, okay, just move off the excess. Okay, let's set that aside. It's nothing like embossing your whole jar of powder there. And then we'll grab the heat tool. Okay, because I'm so organized and had to go get that from the other room. Okay, so bear with me here as I heat this up and we can watch our powder change. Again, just kind of moving this all around. There it goes. You know, it would be really cute. I'm not sure I like that. All right, well, I might have to do a stepped up version here and show you guys on my blog. But my plan for this was to then layer this piece. Hey, Doris, thanks for joining in. Alrighty, so I'm gonna mount that on here. And then actually, okay, I'm gonna trim this off now. Don't need it quite that long. Okay, so that's better. And this piece, it's not super, yeah, I'm gonna dry this out with my heat tool just a little bit. Because what happens if this is too wet, then your adhesive will actually just, yep, see, it's peeling right up. So it's a little too wet still. Hi, Anne. All right, I'm here making a little bit of a mess. All right, so clear off my tape runner. All right, so since that is just a little bit wet, I'm actually gonna go ahead and put my adhesive on my base. Just making sure not to go all the way to the edges because I did have about a ½ inch all the way around. So I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I like this side better. Okay, mount that on there. And then this on here. Okay, so that'll go on. All right, and I had stamped that. It didn't stick perfectly, so I'm gonna stick some dimensionals, and I use every little bit of my dimensionals right down to the very edges here. So I have to be, sometimes we have to be a little resourceful, thrifty crafters. All right, move those out of the way. Okay, and then just mount that right there. So that's kind of cute, right? What do you think? You guys let me know. Do you think that looks like the inspiration? I think I'm going to redo a stepped up version where I punch out a heart and then layer that on there. So I don't think I have my punches right handy because I'm actually stamping out here in my kitchen. I'll go ahead and get my pieces ready anyways. And that way we'll have a little bit of a comparison to do. So thank you guys so much for watching our fun little taking everyday inspiration to make a card here. So that's kind of a fun background. I think definitely next time I will go ahead and use perhaps the shimmery white or even the watercolor paper. It's just so that I have a little bit, it doesn't bleed quite so much, but that is kind of a fun look with the buffalo check background stamp and the modern heart. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, my hostess code is QZEY66PD. So if you go ahead and place an order for that, you'll go in the running for the modern heart stamp set. And even though we'll have one winner for the modern heart, well, unless we have lots of orders, then I'll do two. But everybody will get one of my handmade cards here, as well as a special little gift. And next week I'm actually going to be in Rome. We're flying in a couple days early for the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. And so I'm going to do my absolute best to go live from Rome. The hotel we're staying at is supposed to have Wi-Fi. I believe Rome is about 6 hours ahead from New York. So again, I'm going to do my best to go live 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which should be about 9 p.m. in Rome. So who knows, maybe we'll be at dinner and you'll see some dinner guests on our live. But what I plan to do is give you guys a peek of the swap. So we do a fancy swap on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. Everybody makes some cards and 3D gifts. So I will have those to show you. And so I hope you guys tune in and come back. I can't believe June is almost over. So actually, Monday is July 1st. I have a couple of fun things up my sleeve. I'd really like to, well, I can't say really like, I'm going to start doing a Memories and More Monday. So I'll feature a scrapbooking page on Monday. And then on Wednesday, we'll do an episode of What's Your Inspiration? So it'll be kind of like this, but I have a different project planned. So thank you so much. It's because of my awesome team and my fabulous customers, all of you, and your support. That's how I've earned these Stampin' Up! Trips, and I really appreciate it. We're really looking forward to heading out on the Greek Isles, and at the moment we are working on earning the next trip to Maui. So thank you guys so much. Be sure to comment and share and tune in. And if you're not watching this live, it's definitely here for the replay and will be posted on my YouTube channel as well. All right. Thank you guys so much. Take care. Bye-bye.